Hello, I'm Sarah from the League of Women Voters of the Tennessee Valley, and I'm here to walk you through the process of registering to vote in Alabama. The League of Women Voters is a nonpartisan organization founded in 1920, the same year that the 19th Amendment was adopted, granting women the right to vote in the United States. For the last 100 years, the League has remained committed to empowering voters and defending democracy for everyone, not just women. By registering to vote, you're taking an important step towards exercising your right to vote. That right has been hard-won for many Americans. Once the registrar confirms your registration, you'll be equipped to vote at the state, national, and local levels. Voting is a critical step to creating the changes in government and the country that you want to see. By voting, you make democracy work. There are 3 ways to register to vote in Alabama. Online at Alabamavotes.gov, on your smartphone using the Vote for Alabama app, or using a paper form, which you can mail or hand deliver to the registrar's office. By the way, if you've already registered to vote but need to update your registration because you've moved or changed your name or haven't voted in years, you follow the same procedures as registering to vote. Before I begin, here are a few key things to remember. You must be at least 17 and a half years old to register to vote and 18 years old to vote on Election Day. You must be a United States citizen, and you must reside in Alabama. The full list of requirements is listed on the voter registration form. To register to vote online, you will need a DMV-issued ID from the state of Alabama, such as a driver's license, a non-driver ID, or a learner license. If you have your DMV-issued ID, open a web browser and go to Alabamavotes.gov. Then, scroll down past the blue banner, click Voter Registration, then Online Registration. Read through the requirements for registering to vote online. If you meet the requirements, when you're ready, scroll down to the bottom and click Begin the application process. You must be able to select that you are a citizen of the United States and that you meet the age requirement to register to vote. If you're applying online, you also must have a valid DMV-issued ID from Alabama. If you can select these boxes, select I am not a robot, if you're not a robot, answer the CAPTCHA question, and proceed. Start at the beginning and answer the questions truthfully. When you submit your application to register to vote, it's a good idea to print or screenshot the confirmation page for your records. You will also need to check your email for a confirmation that the application has gone through. You can also register using the Vote for Alabama app. It's available on both Android and Apple iOS platforms. As with the online registration, you will need a DMV-issued ID to register using the app. Open the app. Read through the requirements, and if you meet them, scroll to the bottom and click Begin the application process. You must be able to say yes to these 3 questions in order to register to vote on the app. If you meet the requirements, select them and click I am not a robot. Again, no robots allowed. Answer the CAPTCHA question and click Begin Voter Registration Application. Work your way through the application, answering the questions truthfully. When you submit your application, it's a good idea to take a screenshot on your phone of the confirmation for your records. You will also need to check your email for a confirmation that the application has gone through. You can also register using a paper form. For a paper form, you can use your DMV-issued ID, but if you don't have a DMV-issued ID, you can register to vote using a paper form and the last 4 digits of your Social Security number. There are multiple places where you can obtain a paper voter registration form. Online at Alabamavotes.gov, or by calling the Alabama Secretary of State's voter hotline. You can also get voter registration forms at local voter registration drives or at any League of Women Voters Voter Services event. Now, let's go through the components of the voter registration application. These components will be the same whether you apply online or on a paper form. Read over the requirements necessary to register to vote. If you meet them, start at question 1. You must be able to answer yes to these 2 questions in order to register to vote. Work your way down through the form, answering the questions truthfully and legibly. Name, birth date, phone number, email, driver's license state and number. If you don't have a driver's license or other DMV-issued ID, you can use the last 4 digits of your Social Security number, in which case you must use a paper form. Now, type in your home or residential address. This is the address where you sleep. If you receive mail somewhere other than this residential address, sometimes this applies to college students, you'll want to add a mailing address where you receive mail. This is where the registrar will send your voter registration card. If you're updating your voter registration, this is where you would put the previous address at which you were registered to vote. This could be in Alabama or anywhere else in the country. If this is your first time registering to vote, leave this box blank. Continuing on, you may select the optional demographic information on the left. Write in the location where you were born as best you can, putting down whatever information you know. Read the declaration, sign, and put today's date. Check over your form. Common mistakes include forgetting your driver's license number, forgetting to sign, or putting in today's date where it asks for your birth date. If you're using a paper form, mail or deliver your form to your county registrar's office. The addresses are listed on the back of the voter registration form. When the registrar approves your application and officially registers you to vote, they will send your voter registration card in the mail. It is important that this card is sent somewhere that you receive your mail. This card will also have your polling place and district information on it. Please note, the last day to register to vote before an election is 14 days prior to Election Day. For the general election on November 3, 2020, that deadline is October 19th. Consult the 2020 Alabama Voters Guide for full details. You're taking an important step today to vote 2020. From the League of Women Voters of the Tennessee Valley, thank you and happy voting. If you have questions, need help, or want to get in touch with us, call, email, or visit us on the web or social media at LWVTNV.